Hello, Leo. How are you guys doing out there? I hope it's good. We're gonna jump right into your October reading. We are gonna be using my Phoenix card Oracle deck, which is an archetypal deck. So I'm super excited to jump into it. I do want to tell you that before I started this reading, I was meditating on your energy, and I was getting this image of the sun and almost like darkness revealing itself through the sun. Um, yeah, and I did just get out of an astrology class with one of my teachers just now, and we went really deep into Scorpio, and um, it was just interesting to see that imagery for you. But we talked a lot about fear and how if we can turn towards that fear, it's actually not as scary as we make it to be sometimes, and almost the fear itself is what is feeding that energy. And I also, it led me to think about the idea of what if what if that darkness really wants us to actually take away its power, and like in a way, like, how do I explain that? Like this idea of an enemy wanting to tear you down, right? But at the same time, it's like once you take your power back and you're standing in your power, it's almost like deep down they're like they have respect for you now because you were able to like overcome that energy. You see what I'm saying by that? So those are just some of my reflections on the class I just got out of, as we are in Scorpio season, but also because I received that imagery for y'all. So I feel like some things during the next, like throughout Scorpio season, some shadows could be illuminated, but ultimately for you to face them head on and to like transmute that energy and allow it to empower you. So I also pulled some of my astrology cards after that. And what came through was the fifth house and the fourth house. So fifth house passion and fourth house home. Um, so immediately I thought maybe it'd be interesting to look at your chart and see if you have anything going on in the fifth and fourth house. We do have like a full moon soon in Taurus coming up. A lot going on in November. So interesting to look up your chart if you are familiar with how to do that. What else? Yeah, and there definitely could be a focus on your passions and your home life, or maybe a combination of both, like bringing more excitement into your home life. And art and creativity could be relevant right now. Maybe needing to really purge some shadows to tap deeper into your creativity and your passion, and like reignite these areas of your life. So let's see what wants to come through the Phoenix deck now for you. And then we'll get into the tarot. Ah, interesting. So we have the servant, the empath, and the addict. So maybe definitely some shadows could be coming up this month, maybe around your own habits that are kind of keeping your passion locked up, or keeping you from this sense of internal home, right? That could be possible as well. And especially with having the empath energy. Empath, if you are an empath yourself, like that can be a very, very overwhelming experience. And oftentimes, I've witnessed this, people who feel so deeply can easily want to escape or go into different addictive patterns, no matter kind of what outlet is being used. And this actually did come up in my class earlier today as well, she talked about the idea of addiction is really this need to, like, our bodies feel so overwhelmed that there's this need to, like, escape and to fixate on something outside of ourselves, which is in fact giving our power away, right? So yeah, definitely maybe taking some time to meditate and to maybe turn towards these shadows a little bit. And then with the servant card, I feel as though I get this sense too with like the addict, the servant, and the empath, like you might show up so much for other people that your own sense of self can get really lost. And there's this, we have the priestess on the bottom here. There's this really deep need to tune into how you feel and to allow yourself the space to like actually take care of you, and making boundaries with other people. So yeah, let's get into the tarot and see what wants to come through for you today. Queen of Cups. So we're going to look at past, present, future, whatever's relevant in the past that I need to know. That's going to help you move through the end of October into November. But truly, these readings are fluid, so whenever they're finding you, if the title resonates, feel free to watch them. Even if they're not your signs, if you ever feel drawn towards a reading, don't hesitate to watch. And we did an overview of October's astrology if you want to check that out. We do talk about the future a little bit in there as well. So let's see where we go here. Okay. Wow. Quite a reading. 777 could be significant here. And yeah. And 111. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, the Fool card, and the Seven of Cups in the recent past. I get this sense that you could have recently had a new beginning here. And it looks like you're really like in receiving mode actually here. So I don't know if this, what came up earlier, is like a separate reading or maybe just for a few of you. But you know, two things can be true. You can be really like could have done a lot of work on yourself and still be dealing with maybe some people pleasing tendencies or addictive tendencies. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there for now and continue on to this new kind of storyline we're going into here. And yeah, the Queen of Cups, I feel this like you're really ready to receive and you're really open and have done a lot of work here emotionally. And the Fool card, it feels like this could be a love offer coming in. The way I'm looking at it in the reading is like this. And it's like somebody really seeing your light. You see that yellow? Like really seeing your light and wanting to come forward with an offer. Let's pull one card on this Fool card. The intention is one card. Okay, that one wanted to fly out. So yeah, King of Wands. So you could have an offer coming through, potentially from another fire sign, with this King of Wands coming out and moving toward the feminine energy here, regardless of gender, coming towards this Queen of Cups. And you also could have more than one option here, or just juggling a lot in your life at this time with this Seven of Cups coming out here. So let's pull, the intention is one card on. Okay, we're going to pull one more. 7 still being significant here, as we just had the 7 of Wands pop out. Let's see. Okay, interesting. You could have a lot of different options coming towards you right now, and you have the 8 of Cups on the bottom. So I get this sense that there are, okay, this is what I'm hearing. There are certain cups that need to be kept, that are good, that are nourishing to you, and there are certain cups that need to be disconnected from. And with this 7 of Wands, I feel you are going to have the enough intuition and knowledge and self-respect to know which to disconnect from and set those healthy boundaries there. This could be coming up in the light of this full moon, right? As I was kind of getting earlier. And yeah, I get this emphasis on really like listening to your intuition and like this, like, even I've never really noticed this, like this right here. It's like this, it kind of just reminded me of those like monsters coming out of the moon, right? And I feel, especially in combination with the 7 of Wands on this storyline, there is this, wow, okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot here, so it's just like, there is this need to allow these illuminations to come through about like what is needed to disconnect either within yourself or from other people, and also like trusting yourself to know what is for you and what is not. But you do have this Strength card coming out with this combination, so I do feel like you're gonna have the power to overcome this and really stand in that Leo light. Leo, your card coming out here. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles coming through in the present moment. So again, lots of new opportunities being offered to you. I feel like you have like unlocked some new level of abundance in your life. And with the 7 of Swords, earlier when this fell out originally, I got this sense of like really needing to like disconnect from like self-sabotage and like these lies that you're either telling yourself or lies that have been put into your psyche. It's almost like these new abundant opportunities come in and there is a little bit of a block of like, oh, am I worthy of this? Like limiting beliefs that are kind of not stopping you, but just creating some mental fog in terms of like fully receiving this and just like enjoying it and not like getting so up in your head about it. And then we have the Ace of Swords coming out right after that 7 of Swords. So again, that is a card of like truth coming through. And I feel like you are going to be able to cut through the fog here, right? That fog, I feel like you're going to be able to cut through it with that Ace of Swords. So yeah, that's some beautiful energy there. The 9 of Wands, the Lovers, and the Ace of Wands. So interesting. You also might have had all of these like new options coming in, and you might have just like been like, no, like to all of them. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm focusing on my work, my career. And there is some type of block here when it comes to that. So let's look at that 9 of Wands here. One card is the intention. Four Swords. Okay. Okay. So I get the sense too that, you know, and I'm connecting this all back together now, that maybe like this empath servant addict energy, like really needed to be healed and resolved before you could fully step into something new here. And I get this sense that with the Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords coming out, like you might have walled yourself off from others to give yourself time to heal. And let's see, one card on the Lovers. I can't show it to you just because YouTube doesn't want me showing it to you because there's nudity. Okay, so the Lovers card, one card on the Lovers. Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this might come through a small gesture at first, but it's really like this much bigger situation happening underneath here. Awakening, the High Priest. Wow. Okay. So I get this sense that there is going to be like a love opportunity coming through here. And there will be a needed decision to be made here. And it could come through again like seemingly small, but it's actually a really big opportunity. And the Ace of Wands, I feel like you are more ready to receive this opportunity. Do you see this too? Like the Nine of Wands, it's like there's no longer this Nine of Wands here. It's just the Ace of Wands now. And I also think this love connection is going to make you feel safe enough to receive it. And I think you really had to overcome some blocks in the past to be willing to open yourself up to this opportunity here. So really powerful energy here, Leo. Let's pull some cards from, they're saying use this one, so I will do that. The Human Spirit deck. This is also one of my newer decks. So let's get into it. I always, every time I use it, I show people how pretty they are. Okay. Pull yourself together. Cry for the Moon. And Homebody. Interesting home coming up twice there. Let's just pull one card on what this energy is around the home. What is this energy around the home? Five of Swords. The High Priestess and the Emperor. Okay. I want to pull, whoa. I want to pull one more card on this combination here for just a little extra clarity before I speak on it. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so I get the sense that you could have been a really empathic, sensitive soul here with the Empath and the High Priestess coming out here. And you could have been in a situation that, like in your home life or in your adult life, if you were ever married or anything like that, where definitely some trauma took place, where the Five of Swords, there could have been some lies, manipulations, or some really challenging mindsets, mental constructs like placed on you that could have really left you feeling disconnected from your true authentic like alignment here, and really having to work hard to rediscover that and reconnect with it. There could have also been maybe some power dynamics at play. I mean, what I just explained is loaded with that. And yeah, with that Eight of Pentacles coming out with the High Priestess, I just get the sense of like having to work at it to really overcome the disconnect in the home life here. So I don't know if you're still in this situation. If you are, I'm sending you lots of love and protection and light as you navigate that. But we do have that Six of Swords on the bottom, so you could be moving forward from this. But I guess I'll just say if you're in a difficult living dynamic, just to really do your best to protect your energy if you have like the capacity or like the ability to do that, and try to find some solitude in that. But I know all your stories are very different and they could be all at different levels of whatever may be going on. So just sending you all lots of love out there and protection and light. But there also could be this sense of like maybe running away from home and needing to like find comfort within yourself, creating that home within, but also like finding some sort of comfort within your own home life here. Card for the Moon. Again, I think a lot of this can be illuminated to you, or maybe this is stuff that is also like subconscious to you. But I'm getting the sense to really allow yourself to purge a lot of this energy in the next full moon we have in Taurus. And yeah, I'm also getting a tone with this pull yourself together of dissociative energy here. Especially in empaths, that can be pretty common. Or people who've had childhood trauma, it can be like a natural protection thing to really dissociate from your body. So the full moon in Taurus, especially like I think in Scorpio season, it's a good time to really ground into the depths of yourself and to allow that Taurian energy to really ground you and try to really nourish yourself during that time. And anytime I found myself in any type of state like this, what was really needed in those moments was to, one, be very gentle with myself, because our psyches are very fragile, right? And especially if you've experienced a lot of trauma, I just urge you to be really gentle with yourself and not be too hard on yourself, because those experiences can be very damaging, and your body and your mind are just doing what it needs to do to cope and to feel okay. So there's no shame in you trying to find peace. And the more gentle you can be with yourself throughout this process, the better. And getting back to the basics. Taking time to make yourself a meal, take a bath, journal, slow down. It can be really hard to do if you're in flight or fight mode, or even just like letting yourself rot in bed for a day, So, sending you all so much light and love, and I hope nothing but a deep transformation and transmutation of any heavy energy around you at this time. And yeah, you can do this. You got that strength card in the reading. That's your card. I believe in you. Sending you all lots of light. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next month. I'll talk to y'all soon.